Hi guys, and welcome to this little video where I'm going to talk about this unbelievably cool Murphy Lab 59 reissue Les Paul. I've always wanted to try a Murphy Lab, but the huge prices have always put me off. Well, mostly just because I can't afford it. But one came up on Facebook Marketplace recently, and it looked so nice I just had to go and check it out. I'll be honest, I wasn't holding out much hope. Sure, they looked really nice, but having seen so many reports about lacquer flaking off them, there was just something that never sat right with me. Well, I finally got one in my hands and now I can make my mind up for sure. Here's what I think. So first thing I want to talk about is the neck shape. This is the Carmelita carve, and wow, it is the perfect neck shape for me. I've always struggled with older R9s and R8s and R7s because they have tree trunk necks. I can never really get my hands around them, they're pretty small. I also find it really difficult to play the slim 60s Cs that 60s reissue Gibsons seem to have as well. This is the perfect middle ground. It fits my hand perfectly, I can still use my thumb for chord stuff, and it's just effortless to play. So moving on to the finish, you can clearly see it's got some serious checking going on, and you can really feel that it's got a thinner, harder lacquer when you play it. And I'll be honest, I'm not a massive fan of this excessive checking. It looks pretty cool, but I don't think it actually adds anything to the guitar. I'm a really big fan of VOS finished guitars. I think they look fine just the way they are. Having said that, this finish does something to the sound. Having played a lot of Gibson reissues in my time, I've always noticed a kind of dull rubberiness to the sound. Whenever I've played a vintage one, it has this lively hi-fi springiness to it, which I've always just thought was down to the wood or maybe even the hardware. But now playing this guitar, it has that in spades, and I'm starting to think the paint makes more of a difference than I've wanted to admit so far. It's bright, it's clear and articulate, and it resonates fantastically unplugged. When you plug it in, that translates to a full frequency response unlike any other reissue Gibson I've ever played. You've got clear articulate highs, you've got full resonant plummy lows, and you've got this gutsy mid-range bark that I've never heard on a modern Gibson. I'm actually blown away by how good this thing sounds. Let's plug it into my super reverb, crank it up really loud, and let it rip. Here's how it sounds. So there we go, Murphy Lab 59 reissue Les Paul and Iced Tea. I'm absolutely blown away by this thing, and I have a horrible feeling that it's ruined other Gibsons for me. As much as I love R8s and R9s, and will probably have more in the future, I'm not sure I can go back to those tree trunk necks and that slightly underwhelming acoustic sound. And while there are lots of people out there that will disagree with me on this, I am a firm believer that the better a guitar sounds acoustically, the better it sounds plugged in, and this is no exception. The only problem with it is the price tag. £7,000 to £8,000 RRP. That is an astronomical amount of money for a non-vintage guitar. Is this instrument worth that price? No, of course it isn't. It's 3 bits of wood, some Czech nitro paint, and some nice looking plastics and hardware. There is no way that is worth 7 to 8 grand. Would I have another one? Yes, of course I would. I am probably going to have several of these things over the next couple of years. And that is exactly why Gibson charge as much as they do, because they can get away with it. They know guitar players. They know we're weird. They know we will pay through the nose for something that we think is just as good as a vintage guitar, or will make us look cooler to other guitar players on stage. That's just what we do. So, I hope you enjoyed this little video. I enjoyed making it, and I really enjoyed having a good rattle on this guitar. Unfortunately, I can't afford to keep it. I'm a working musician and small business owner, and at the moment I just don't have 6 grand spare to have a nice Les Paul on my wall. So, it is for sale if you're interested in buying it. It's listed at vibracaster.com. This is my day job, where I buy and sell second-hand guitars online. If you're interested in me and my band, I'll leave a little link in the comments below. Don't forget, hit subscribe and the bell notification, because there's always more videos coming. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.